In the past 5 years, the NFL has gone through a two-high revolution. Starting in 2020, the Eagles' Vic Fangio and protege Brandon Staley, who is now with the Saints, began running a majority of their snaps from a two-high shell. Fangio adjacent systems tend to lead the league in coverage disguise, and that is all built by design. Within the system, defenses can rotate or roll the cover two side to or away from the nickel, which establishes the passing strength on most NFL defenses. Combined with weak rotation cover three, meaning the safety away from the nickel will drop down into the intermediate, defenses can muddy the reads for opposing quarterbacks, especially on early down play action passes. The two high shell and subsequent coverage rotations make split field and single high concepts look eerily similar to quarterbacks who have to quickly decipher what the coverage is and locate their best option for a successful pass. The explosion in two high usage and the success of the Fangio system have created a re-interest in cover six and its Fangio complement, cover eight. Cover six has traditionally been used as a complement to quarters. In cover six, the defense uses cover two over the weak side or non-passing strength of the offense, which gives the defense a zone double on the X receiver. Thus, it is referred to as quarter, half coverage. Quarters is essentially a box coverage. The defense is building a literal box by placing a corner and safety deep to cap verticals with an overhang and inside linebacker underneath. The overhang, typically the nickel, will push to the flat, while the inside linebacker works vertically in the seam, thus creating a box. In traditional offenses, the single receiver, or X, is typically the best weapon on the offense. There are many types of cover two, but for explanation, think of cover two as a triangle, whereas quarters is a box. Fangio adjacent defenses can switch which side the cover two structure is built. For that, let's dive a little deeper and get on the board. Here's your prototypical cover six. And in the Fangio language, this is called stuff. This is quarter, half. Now, we are going to build a box. And the way that we're going to build a box is with our nickel and our mic. And the way that this works is the nickel is going to push to the flat. The mic in this instance is going to push to the hash. We're going to have a corner on top, and we're going to have a safety work. What that does is that creates a natural box. On the opposite side, or the half side, we're going to have safety, who is going to be the cap defender. We're going to have a corner that works usually a soft squat, meaning that he is going to be in a trail position. And then we're going to have a Will who's going to work the vertical hook. I call this a wall two because he's just going to build a wall. So again, we have a nice triangle opposite our box. And the reason why Fangio calls this stuff is because we are going to stuff the X receiver. We are getting a zone double with the corner and the deep safety. You can see here that we're really building a triangle over one receiver. Now, if the running back were to add in, we can have the corner slough off, and our safety and our will now become the under and the over on the X. So again, we have a box to one side, we have a triangle to the other. Cover eight is lumped in with cover six analytically and bucketed this way because there really isn't a good explainer. Cover six and cover eight are essentially the same coverage. You're just switching sides. If you talk to an old school coach and you ask them, what do you consider cover six? They're going to tell you it's always going to have cover two away from the passing strength with quarters on one side, and you're going to have cover two to the other. Now, cover eight can be a lot of different things in a lot of different families, but for the purpose of this film, we are going to talk about cover eight. In cover eight, we are going to actually run quarters opposite the passing strength. So we are going to build our zone structure, our zone double structure to the front side. And we are going to get our triangle to the front side. Now on the back side, we're going to lock up our corner, and we are going to have a poach, or in the Fangio system, a trick safety on number three. In this system, Fangio doesn't want to run a lot of quarters. He wants to be able to layer this. And the way that this gets layered is really neat. You're going to have a safety who can stay high on one side. You're going to have a safety that can work into the middle if he needs to, collecting any kind of over route to the other side. Why this creates a lot of problems for offenses is because this looks exactly like cover three, except for this corner is going to play flat. This safety, instead of packing the hash, is going to work a deep half. For quarterbacks, that can be really difficult to read. And so you think maybe you have access to the flat to the field. The corner then drops down on top of it, and then you get into problems. If you are an under center offense, this can also create a lot of issues because the moment I turn back around, I can't tell whether this is cover three or cover six. And so it's not fair to talk about cover six without its complement in cover eight, because this is where the modern NFL sits. And this is why the Fangio system has really exploded kind of through the NFL. The Ravens system, I call it the Ravens 2.0 system. They are also doing this. I like to call this targeted coverage because what a lot of teams do is that they will then say, hey, where is the best receiver? And then how can we get a zone double on him? If it's Justin Jefferson and he's the X receiver, we're probably going to run stuff. If they put Justin Jefferson in the slot, then we probably want to go ahead and play our nickel eight. Or if he's number one, we want to play nickel eight so that we can get the zone double. Or if he wants to run across, we have a backstop built for him. So this is where the game planning aspect of it and the evolution of cover six has come into play in the modern NFL. In conclusion, cover six at a traditional sense is quarter, quarter, half. We are building quarters to the passing strength. We are building a cover two away. Now, within that, there's a whole different family of how you want to run quarters, how you want to run your cover two. In the NFL sense, because of the Fangio system kind of permeating through, we are also seeing a lot of cover eight, which is the flip side or the sister coverage to cover six. We have cover six, which we call stuff in the Fangio language. That means we are going to get a zone double on the X receiver. In cover eight, we flip that. We have a poach safety or a quarter safety backside, and then we run cover two to the passing strength or the nickel. This is all predicated on the passing strength and then game plan to either target the best receiver or to target how the offense is attacking the defense off of certain formations. So the next time you're asked, what is cover six? Just know that it's quarter, quarter, half, and that has a sister coverage in cover eight that flips it and puts the cover two side to the passing strength and quarters away.